Yeah, and I think we hope that all the participants in the Youth Caucus at the CSD will go home and become engaged in their local communities, because that is where I think the true transformation is possible in society. I mean, obviously, contributing to the discourse at the United Nations is a fundamental step and a fundamental aspect, but I think the small changes happen at the local level. And one of the things that the Youth Caucus is striving for over the next year is to really engage more youth and children from around the world. And so we're trying to explore some various social engagement tools, online tools, for really increasing the voice of children and youth from these largely underrepresented areas around the world.
It seems that the youth have made a great contribution this year at the CSD. What do you think that this says about the power of youth and their capacities to create change in the environments around them, in their cities, in their countries, and in an international level?
I think it's such a good question, and it speaks to some of the powers I see in youth around me. Include flexibility and open-mindedness and ability to be innovative and creative, and to question the norms around. Oh, this is how other major groups are functioning in this way. Do we want to function that way? Is that the most unified way to function? And so I think some of those qualities of innovation, creativity, and flexibility, also energy, I think. Not giving up, just keep trying to make a contribution to help. But I think at the same time, the youth also struggle, and there shouldn't be no major group should speak like, I am this great thing. I mean, youth have to also acknowledge that we struggle with many things. We struggle with lack of resources, and we struggle with, sometimes there's disillusionment among youth, there's exhaustion, there's lots of things. But at the same time, we have these capacities to really be contributors, and I think we see those capacities coming out a lot, especially in context of real teamwork and collaboration.
I mean, I think the youth are the true agents of change, and one of the realizations here at the Commission is that the efforts of the youth to really become engaged with the other major groups of civil society have really caused or started a groundswell of greater cohesion and unity within the 300 plus individuals that partake within the CSD. And so it's not that youth necessarily have a lot of experience. We're not veterans in any of the particular topics or the fields that are specifically addressed. But still, the contributions of the youth and the children are so fundamental. They're, all youth understand the concept of justice, and they know when it's not there. And those are the things that really the youth and the children are really pushing for, the values. And as long as we push for those values and encourage them and try and live them, then really we become role models for the adults somehow, which is amazing and humbling, I think.
It's neat. One of my first year at the Commission, in one of the orientations, one of the youth said, we're here to carry the ethical torch at these commissions, and their statements have to remind people of why they're here and hit the heart. Sometimes we get all, involved in words and politics and blah, 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 but at the end of the day, we are humble people trying to figure out how to achieve a more sustainable world and how to achieve communities which are prosperous not only materially but also allow people to develop their spiritual capabilities, where people are not only happy in terms of having material things but are also fulfilled and joyful because of the level of unity in the context in which they live and work. And we're trying to paint a picture of a more just and peaceful world, trying to just figure it out. How can we be part of creating that more just and beautiful world?
Beautiful. Anything else you guys wanted to add?
It's been a great experience, and I look forward to the future. I think it's bright and shiny.
Great, thank you guys so much for speaking with us.
My pleasure.